Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about DCM Shriram, why the underperformance in the stock and what lies ahead. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation. People taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research, and I'm not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I talk about DCM Shriram, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. And once you do that, it will help me grow the channel. It will help you also ask me questions in detail. Once you get the $10 membership, you'll have access to my portfolio, my watch list, and also ask questions on a day, one question a day, and also a number of podcasts that I put up on Patreon for detailed market and company talk. If you have, then you can just directly email me. Now about DCM Shriram, established in 1989, they provide solutions for agri and chemical streams. In agri, it provides urea, farm solutions, seeds, and sugar, whereas in chemicals, it provides a caustic soda, calcium carbide, chlorine, among other products in chemicals. One of the leading conglomerate in the space and have a market cap of 6,000 crore. It is also in the space of sugar, and many people do buy it as a sugar play as well. If you look at the financials of the company, then the Q1 was not that great, although Q1 for commodity companies was pretty fine, considering the sugar companies, rice companies, etc. But for DCM Shriram, the sales were flat and profit went down substantially by around 70%. Interest burden has increased sharply. So basically, debt has remained same, but the interest burden has kept on increasing. Maybe because the interest payments have kept on increasing, because they were not able to pay debt earlier a little bit, and then it kept on going up. So now the interest burden has increased over the last couple of years substantially. High institutional promoter holding, and there's only 9% free float, and that is a huge positive in the stock. Return on equity is okay, not that great, not bad at 18%. Net profit margin at 12% is not bad either. But results have to show in, and for the last 7-8 quarters, results have been up and down. If you look at the performance of the stock and the company, have been underperforming since 2018, has seen a 72% decline from the 2018 December, 18 January or 17 December. So it has been a 72% decline and did fall around 50%, as has many other stocks during the Feb March fall that we saw in this year. It has recovered in a V-shaped manner as monsoon was strong, and as I mentioned, they have products which are related to catering to the agricultural space. So the recovery has been very sharp and swift. But numbers have remained decent, but ratios are low. So numbers have not been that great, but decent. But the numbers have been inconsistent, and that is what the worrying part is. Not consistently growing as other marquee brands have been, even in the small and mid cap space. Future prospects are looking not that great. The reason behind it is this time around the monsoon has been good, and that is the biggest reason why the company has produced such numbers, or will produce very good numbers for the June quarters, and so the stock is running up. But it is not a surety for next year. Second point is, because of the companies which have high interest burden and high debt, these companies tend to perform well at the fag end of a rally, when everything has moved up, quality has really moved up, then these stocks go up a lot, and then these flatter to deceive, and probably in 1 or 2 years time you'll find the stock at the same level. Debt laden companies which are into commodity businesses, are seldom seen as consistent growth compounders by large investors or HNI, and that is probably the biggest reason why the stock has not propped up as many others have. economy need to perform for the stock to perform, and this is extremely important, that agriculture economy, or rural economy has to really do well for agriculture to do well. And it has a you can say element of nature involved as well, that the monsoon needs to be pretty good consistently over next 4 5 years, which is no one can predict, and which is something which is extremely difficult. So the reason for stock crash, economic slump from FY18 onwards. So whatever products that they were providing for the customers have not been performing that well, and so they would not like to have the product. I'm sorry for that manner. Slowing down of demand and below average monsoon. So this is one more reason. So one good monsoon pointed out that the company really did well, but over the last 5 6 years the monsoon has not been up to the mark, and so the company did well in patches as a stock, but not something that you can sleep over and sleep well over it, and then think good things about getting very good returns. You'll have up and down returns, and you could trade in such companies. Rising pressure due to expenses. So expenses has increased, interest cost has increased, and that has led to a lot of pressure on the bottom line. And if the bottom line doesn't grow very well, then there is problem with any stock. The current situation where we had a shutdown for 45 days, and then we had a situation where the growth has not come back that swiftly, and there could be a chance that these are all pent up demands, and later on the product will not be required in the same manner, or with the same volume as it is required currently, with monsoon being could end up being tepid, or anything, and the demand might not be the same. So that is also a reason. Cash on books is less, high on debt, credit is there. This is a high gestation period business. This year has been better because of you can say natural reasons, but things may remain tough going forward, as I have just explained the reasons for which. I still believe that companies in the agricultural space did really well, particularly because the monsoon has been extremely good, and it could very well reverse in 12 15 months time. If you look at the technicals of the stock, then 290 looks a very good, massive support on the downside, some 10 to 12% lower. Short-term support lies around 350, and that's where the stock is. Once 350 goes, we could look at 320 to 300 levels, with a stop loss of 290. Have been in upswing since March and or April, and so the reversal has taken place, and has taken place in many of the agricultural stocks. Looks decent on chart, looks strong on chart. It can be just traded with a stop loss of 345. You could look at something like 400 410 on the stock, but really for long term investment, it could correct, it could go up, and this is how up and down movements could be there over the next 2 3 years. So what needs to be done? I would avoid for the long term. I would avoid the stock for a long term bet. Keep track of numbers. Better to look at pure consumption plays rather than looking at a slightly, you can say, commodity and agri play. It is one of the best in this space. It is not denying that it is one of the better stocks in this space. But then why you would like to be in a space which has a lot of uncertainty? And if you are having the stock, then have less than 5% exposure to the stock. So this was my video on DCM Shriram. Please like and subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.